the next 20 minutes feeding your brain with Formosa Fauna so you can learn all about the animal kingdom and become smarter than all of your friends. What better way to spend your commute or downtime? Every Friday is Formosa Fauna Friday. I'm Tristan Hildebrand, the voice of Formosa Fauna. I love animals and I love talking about animals. There are many banned animals in Taiwan. One of those is actually raccoons, interestingly enough, although I have met 2 raccoons that were kept as pets in Taiwan. Many bans have been put in place to protect the local ecological systems and native species. 1,060 new species of reptiles were banned in 2022, according to the Forestry Bureau. Criteria for species inclusion on the list includes being highly predatory, having the potential of creating niche overlap, or posing threats to local species or crops, among other factors. One species of reptile was so much of a perceived environmental threat in Taiwan back in around 2016 that Chiayi County started offering bounties for them, dead or alive. The Chiayi County government offered a bounty to people who captured or killed the exotic lizards called brown anoles and green iguanas, invasive species, in an attempt to protect the local ecology. They offered anywhere from 3 NT dollars, which is only about 10 cents in US dollars, to 500 NT dollars, which is about 15 US dollars, depending on the species and the size that was caught. The green iguana specifically has widely been kept as house pets, but abandoned pets released into the wild have likely been the cause of some environmental damage. This bounty system came under fire once animal rights groups caught wind of it. The Environment and Animal Society of Taiwan said the government campaigns lacked guidelines, resulting in a chaotic free-for-all at the expense of the welfare of the targeted animals. They stated that one 2017 cash bounty scheme was fully subscribed within a day and had no verification process, prompting concerns that people were breeding the animals to collect payment. Social media posts showed many hunters' hauls, some of which confirmed the cruel and unusual ways they were being killed. One researcher for the organization pointed out that these hunters weren't familiar enough with the reptiles to be able to tell native species apart from non-native species, some of which look alike. As was the case with the green iguanas, which were blamed for damaging crops, forcing out native species, and eroding canals, they often suffered brutal deaths due to no fault of their own. They didn't ask to be there, but instead were brought there by humans. What the government hoped would be environmental conservation efforts ended up being criticized as, at best, a misguided conservation policy. Today, we are joined by the chairman of the Reptile Conservation Association of Taiwan, Chung-Wei. I am really eager to know, were you working with reptiles around the time of the lizard bounty?
Yes, but I never joined the bounty. Usually local people who is crazy for the bounty, but I never joined about it.
Okay, how did you first find out about the lizard bounty?
From the news.
Okay.
And from like social media, yeah.
What do you think of the bounty overall?
I think it's 100% failed.
So 100% failed?
Yeah, because when you check the news on the internet, you know that the money, the grant for every year, they will say, oh, this year we collect the lizard since for example, the April 1st. Usually the grant already finished in the first day. Wow, the people are so great. They catch a lot of lizard in one day. It's not possible to happen because they save a lot of lizard and bring out to change money in the first day. It's not a catch. So it's a problem because people save a lot of lizard to wait for the money, but during the time they are waiting, the lizard outside there in the wild, they are still reproducing. Yeah, so the number is still keeping high, very high, and the money, the grant, is actually not enough for people to keep catching. Amount like 10,000, 100,000 compared to the population number in the field is tiny. So if you give the money this year to ask people to catch the lizard, but you cannot keep on every year, or maybe the grant is less. This year maybe they catch 100,000 or something. It's actually waste of money, because 100,000 lizard, the lizard can reproduce. It's very fast to cover the number. So actually it's waste of money. And another thinking is, if you prepare enough money for that, people don't want catch the lizard so hard, because they say we can keep the lizard for change money forever.
Oh, you can breed the lizards.
Yeah, maybe not necessary to breed, but they said protect area.
Oh, yeah, because then it becomes their job.
Yeah. So
Wow.
they can take money forever. So from any way of this issue to think, it's actually 100% fail.
In this new segment of the show, we're hoping to give listeners the tools they need to face wildlife properly when outdoors or indoors. Let's talk about some wildlife encounters. Suppose you're an average person renting an apartment in Taipei, and suddenly you see a small, almost see-through, translucent, lizard-like reptile crawling on your wall. What is it, and what should you do?
It's a gecko, and so the most common reptile in Taiwan should be gecko. We have 3 candidates of geckos if you see in your house.
So there are 3 species of geckos that are commonly seen in homes across Taiwan.
Yeah. The first one is we call it flowering gecko. The second one is common house gecko. It's really common. And the third one is Echo's gecko. It's the most common 3 species on your house, around your house. And because some rarely seen geckos, they are far from the city, usually in mountain or in tiny island like Lanyu and the Lüdao and Green Island. So if you have chance, you can go Lanyu. There's some special geckos there. The very big one, gecko kikuchi, and a very tiny one. So yeah.
So these geckos, they're crawling on your walls. Should you be concerned as a renter of the apartment that they're going to destroy something or attack something?
They don't attack. Maybe you are scared of land, because some people they are just scared. But you have to think about which creature you are mostly scared of, because geckos, they can eat spiders and cockroach. If you
cockroaches.
Yeah. If you remove the geckos, spiders and cockroach, they might come back.
Yeah.
So I think mostly when I have a night tour for people, I introduce like a geckos and the big spider. I will say, anyone afraid of this thing, but maybe you are more afraid of cockroach. I think cockroach is a top enemy to most people. So you can choose. You want spider, you want gecko, or you want cockroach. I think most people, they prefer geckos at house.
A lot of people, their first reaction when seeing a gecko is that it's cute, especially when compared to when they first see a cockroach or a spider.
Yeah, you have to compare.
Yeah, comparatively, more people, I feel like, would lean towards choosing the gecko. And it seems like a good friend to keep around, because it can possibly eat other pests, like maybe mosquitoes, bai.
Mosquito may be difficult, but by the termites, they prefer to eat termites too. If you allow a gecko to stay at your house, after a while you will think it's just like a friend. For me, I have a gecko in my house, and I think it's like an old friend. And sometimes they poo, of course, and their poo is very tiny, like rice. black and white. It's easy to clean. So after a gecko live in your house, they have their territory and their place they used to hang out. So I think it's over, just like over, yeah. But now it's another big problem is the green iguana.
Mm-hmm.
The green iguana, I think, is actually out of control. So people, you can watch many video on YouTube. They shoot the green iguana, or looks like the dead body like a mountain. People think, oh, they are great and they catch a lot of green iguana. But then the brown anoles, it's the number of lizard they can recover because they are reproducing is too high, too fast. So it's another efficiency to kill the lizard by those people.
Okay, it's not efficient to kill them through a bounty.
Yeah.
How much of a risk do these invasive species pose to local ecology?
Actually, for green iguana, it's not very big problem to local ecology because it's a vegetarian. They are vegetarian and they don't hurt another wildlife. So they are okay to the ecology, but the brown anoles they eat some insect, so they are competition. They have a competition to local lizard, another species. So it's actually it's a truth because somewhere which has so many brown anoles, there's almost no local Taiwanese tree lizard in the same place. Yeah, they're competition. Yeah,
because of competition for resources and food. Would there be better ways to go about fixing the issue with invasive species?
For the brown anoles and the green iguana, I think they are already out of control. We are too slow. And how to do in the early stage of this problem, we should already ask professional, like a researcher and a professional remove team to do something. It's useful, but right now it's already. I think no one can stop this problem. The only thing we can do now is they are still in some area of Taiwan, and we can ask some like a hunter or something local the people to stop them from the expansion, and we limit the invasive species in some specific area. If we can do that, it already success. But it's still very difficult.
Yeah, it is interesting because this took place back in 2016 and 2017, and now that it is 2024, we can see very clearly whether or not it worked.
Yeah. And
seeing as both populations of the reptiles have, like you said, are out of control, I would say that it was, like you said, 100% failed overall. Reptile Awareness Day is on October 21st. Does the Reptile Conservation Association of Taiwan have anything special planned?
Oh, I don't know that. I think we don't have special event for it, but I think we will have some articles published on our Facebook page to like introduce some little reptiles to people. So okay, thank you to remind me.
Yeah, you still have a couple weeks. If listeners are tuning in from overseas, what message would you like to share with them?
Enjoying Taiwan, enjoying our snakes. We have good food in night market. Yeah, so
come to Taiwan and
Yeah.
you can have good food from the night market. You can also go on reptile tours in the mountains here and find a variety of different reptile species.
thank you. We don't have creatures. It's big enough to kill people. So you can stay very late. And after, when you finish your night tour, you can ask Uber to pick you from the mountains. So everything is easy to do in Taiwan if you want to see reptiles.
Thank you so much to our guest, the chairman of the Reptile Conservation Association of Taiwan, Chung-Wei. There is also one somewhat relevant current event I'd like to share with you. Just recently, residents of Pingdong County were shocked to discover a massive crocodile lurking in the Galping River. The formidable reptile, identified as a spectacled caiman, measured an impressive 2.07 meters in length and weighed a staggering 54 kilograms. This was reported on previously by our own RTI Philip Leskovsky. The locals who had spotted it immediately contacted the Agriculture Ministry. They sprang into action upon receiving such startling reports and dispatched a team of experts who then engaged in a tense 3-hour operation to capture the elusive creature. They used chicken as bait and eventually managed to secure and subdue the crocodile. Eyewitnesses expressed their surprise at the dramatic scene, saying the caiman swallowed the entire chicken in one gulp. Some reports are suggesting that up to 5 more crocodiles may be at large in the vicinity. County officials have intensified patrols and urged residents to remain vigilant. Of course, if any further sightings are made, they would encourage those people to contact authorities. The origin of these crocodiles is still a mystery. Some people suspect they could be abandoned pets or escapees from an unknown source. Crocodiles are large semi-aquatic reptiles that live throughout the tropics in Africa, Asia, the Americas, and Australia. Back in 2023, a group of researchers from National Taiwan University actually unveiled the discovery of the largest known reptile in Taiwan's natural history and a unique Taiwanese species of crocodile fossil, Toyotamaphamea taiwanicus. Their research findings were published in the Journal of Paleontology, issued in the United States. Crocodiles are rarely discussed in the context of Taiwan's biodiversity. However, over half a century ago, in 1972, the first endemic species of crocodile in Taiwan was named. It existed during the Pleistocene and is now extinct. This interview with Chung-Wei was split into 2 parts. If you're dying to hear more, tune into last week's episode so you can learn more about reptiles here in Taiwan and around the world. You can do so by visiting en.rti.org.tw and clicking on the Programs tab, where you can access all of RTI's program content for free. If you have anything to share as a listener, you can email Tristan, Tristan, at rti.org.tw, or send a letter to our number 55 Bei'an Road address in Taipei, Taiwan. Making it to the end of an episode makes you a Formosa Fauna friend. It's not gross, it's cute. Thank you for tuning in, friend. All animals require enrichment, and Formosa Fauna is just that. After all, we're all just a bunch of wild animals. See you next time for Formosa Fauna Fridays here on Radio Taiwan International.